I am here in the casa, the studio, and I was thinking about that. And I was pacing, and I was pacing and thinking because I pace and I think and I talk. And this is not like streaming content, but I don't really have a second channel to upload it to. So I was thinking about this thing, and it's kind of relevant to YouTube, so I wanted to think these thoughts out loud. And these thoughts are I was on a bit of a nostalgia bender this evening, and I was looking, moving a chair. I was watching some old videos, and namely dubs, because that was my thing. I was the dub guy. I made dubs. And I have thought about the question of why am I not making dubs again so many times over the years. And I talked about it with my YouTube friends before I started making videos again for fun recently about like, should I do this again? Should I not? I have so many thoughts on it, and I have never really expressed them. So I don't know. It's just in the mood I'm in, so I'm going to express these thoughts. Why am I not making dubs again? There are basically three main reasons, and the the only reason like I'm even recording this video at all is because despite these three big reasons, I'm still not like opposed to making dubs. But I think it'd be fun to explain for however many diehard me fans there are there who want me to make dubs that can watch this and they can hear all my logic like out loud at once. So reason number one is I felt like it was important to move away from dubs because I think change is good. And I think there's a danger in becoming a one-note person or a channel or an entity on the internet, because as soon as you don't do that one thing, then you have no audience. Which is why I've always been so happy to try all kinds of things on the channel, from write me a song to the silly songs. There have just been like a billion different video ideas I have tried and just put them all on the main channel, which is not wise, but it has made the main channel a place where I feel very free to do anything. And that's a nice freedom to have. So there's always that idea of moving on and change and not only being known for one thing. So that was a big part of it. Second was second is sort of more of a practical thing where so I'm a composer by profession, and I work mostly on video game soundtracks and other stuff here and there, but mostly video game soundtracks. And there is so I do that most of my day. And when I was making dubs, I did YouTube as a full-time job, so I had time to make dubs. And I got used to that rhythm. I was a professional YouTuber for 4.5 years. It was my only source of income. It was like my full-time job. And I know myself well enough to know that if I started making dubs again, I would have an expectation on myself to do it at the same level or better than I did before in terms of not only quality, but, frequency. However, that kind of frequency is only possible if you are doing that as your primary gig. And I am scoring as my primary gig. There's not enough time to dedicate to making dubs if I open that can of worms where I would be happy with how much I'm putting out. Because I know myself, I know they'd be like, okay, well, I want to do this much per week. Oh, I also have to spend 40 hours this week writing scores. Like, it's just not feasible. And I know I would disappoint myself. And then the third reason, and the other flip side of that, is the audience expectation. The minute I post a dub, if I make dubs again, the minute I post a dub, it's all the expectation will be on me making more dubs. Because of course, why wouldn't it be? I totally get it. And as soon as the audience has an expectation of me, I feel more cloistered in the type of freedom that I have right now. Because right now, the channel's in a weird place. I'm making some off the wall stuff in my free time. And as a result, there are no expectations. No one, not that you watching this, not like myself, but no, there's no audience expectation. There's no viewer expectation on what I should make. Partially because I don't have any expectation. Like, I'm not making stuff like Rat Boy and Woe versus Woe to go viral. This isn't like a business plan. As opposed to when I made dubs, knew that as a job, I was like, I've got to pick the right topics. I've got to, dub with X frequency. So right now, there's no expectation on me. And because there's no expectation, I can do literally anything I want. Even when I did this professionally, I had a lot of freedom to do what I want because I just did stuff to my own detriment financially and like numbers-wise. But right now, there's even less expectation because I don't need to rely on YouTube to be anything. And that's the big difference. I don't need my channel to be anything. And when it was my job, I needed it to be something, because of course. And if I start making dubs again, then the expectations that come with that mean that the channel needs to be something again. I don't want to get people's hopes up and do like 2 dubs and then be like, nah. If I do it again, I want to really do it, both for the audience's sake and for my own expectations on myself. So the only way that would happen, the only way I could, reconcile with those 2 big reasons as to why I'm not making dubs right now, the first one is a whole other question. But the only way I could reconcile that would be to basically put a lot of time and energy into the channel again. And the only way that is going to happen is if my composing career goes really poorly. Because that is what my focus is on right now. Or like if I get bored of that and need a break. It's like, you know what? I'm going to take 6 months and just make dubs and just do YouTube again. Because that's something that's like, if that's what I want to do, I fortunately have the freedom to do that. Where I could like wrap up my contract. But like, so long as my composing work is going well, I'm very happy. And I feel like I'm pursuing a real long-term snowballing career, whereas YouTube is way more ephemeral and you ride the waves and all of that. So I guess the takeaway from this is that if one day you suddenly see that I have posted a dub, you will know that it's because my work is going very poorly. Because if my work is not going off, my composing work is not going well, and let's say I can't find jobs, I gotta wait for new opportunities to pop up, then I'm asking myself, what can I do with my time that is productive? What can I do that will still help my career, that relies on no one hiring me? And the answer is to make content, because YouTube brings in ad revenue, brings in, income. And more importantly, it brings in opportunities. My 2 kind of careers of like composing is here and YouTube is here, they're way more intertwined. They are not just a side gig to each other. Some of the best opportunities I have had professionally in my composing career have come directly from YouTube and directly from dubs. I have, it's because I made the Futurama opera that I have gotten to perform at LA Comic-Con the past 2 years, and I will be doing so probably again this year. I don't know for sure, but probably. And that I've met the showrunners and we've talked, and me making that full band dub has opened doors. A client I'm working with right now, a children's music artist, Brian Oden, who is the creator of the Duck Song, the legendary Duck Song. We did the Christmas Duck Song together this year. I did all the instruments and production on it, and we have been working together. And the way that he found me is that 2 years ago, I made a full band dub of the Duck Song, and he saw it and he loved it. And fast forward to now, we've been working together on stuff for the past 6 months. and that it's just composing stuff. So the YouTube thing led to the composing thing. So when I think about if I'm in a situation where I have no composing work and like I just can't find anything, I need to find something to do with my time while I wait for jobs to pop up. If my question is what is the best use of my time professionally? The answer is making content for YouTube. And if I'm looking at content that is going to net me the best possible return, and I really want to fish for opportunities, then it's not then like it is to make dubs. That is the best professional use of my time. Because I've realized that in my years of making them, you never know where they're going to end up. And they just have a much further guaranteed reach than, me making original music or me making cover songs, me doing anything outside of that niche. Because those videos are the ones that spread and go. So the takeaway here, is if you out of the blue you start seeing dubs pop up, it's because I have no composing work to do, and I'm like, geez, I sure hope one of these, I sure hope this goes well, because like either they find me opportunities or YouTube goes well enough that I do that, that I dedicate more of my time to that. Anyways, so this is like a journal entry. This is April 2024, the state of Finn's mind regarding dubs and the channel and his career. This is not really a streaming thing, but again, I have nowhere else to post this, so I'm just using the second channel as this. Anyways, that's all my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed 12 minutes of this. I hope you have a great night. See ya.